You've never been a leader, or you want to be a leader, or you tried in your leadership, try to lead a team, but you failed, did not work out for you. Or you already been a leader, but you want to be a bigger leader. Today I'm going to show you how to lead a team with the leadership power toward success. I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 things which is going to change the whole way of leadership and make you a leader which can gonna lead, able to let you lead a much more bigger team with a lot more impact. So it's only 4, not a lot. So let's get ready. In this channel, constantly, every day one skill. We're sharing it. Every day one skill. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button in the bottom, in the right left corner. So every day you can learn a new skill about it. Okay, so I said that there are 4 things I'm going to tell you which going to get you a leader, which can make you a much more bigger leader, or turn into a leader, or make your team towards success. So that 4 things. Let's get started. Number 1. When you want to be a leader, pick the biggest and most difficult task of your team. You may think about, oh my God, if I said biggest task, the most difficult one, how can I lead the team? But absolutely, when you want to lead a team toward your goal, to your success, you have to be taking the biggest task and most difficult task. And not necessarily you need to complete this one. You can take the most hardest task for yourself and then keep working on it, and then you can break it to the multiple pieces. And then when it goes much more easier, then you can get your team members involved with you. So first, you could get the hardest work get done from you. Second, you learn because you're doing the most hardest work. And third, your team members start to respect you more because you are courageous enough and showing them how to do this one too. So what does it call? Leadership by example. So this is a great way to fix your leadership. So number 1 point, pick the biggest and more difficult work and break it down when it comes to almost finish. Then you get people, or when you could break down to multiple small pieces, which has become much more easier already, then you give it to your teammates. That is the tip number 1. Pick the most difficult task in the team. Number 2, give credit. When you've been thinking, I am a leader of the team, it's my position, I am the most important one. And that is exactly the moment you are not a leader anymore. You are turning into a manager. And when you are turning into a manager, your potential, your success, your growth, everything gonna be very, very small. You don't want to be that. You want to be a leader. You want to be a bigger leader. You want to be more higher level leaders. So start giving credit to your team. Even you have taken a bigger task and you break it down to multiple pieces already by working very hard on that one, and you get involved with your team, and then your team is working that one too and getting finished almost. Give them the credit. Give them the credit that, hey, well done. What you have done is amazing. Give them the credit. The best way of doing this one is give almost all the credit to your teammates. Don't give anything for yourself. And that is one of the way you will build much more better relationship with your team, and you will stay motivated to seeing that how your teammates are contributing, and your teammate will keep working with you too because they love working with you. It's very important. If your teammates doesn't love working with you, you are struggling with your leadership skill. So that's tips number 2. Give all the credit for your teams. So now I'm going to give you the tips number 3. The third tips. It's here is communicate. Communicate, communicate, and communicate. Everything you are working on, constantly communicate. What even other teammates are working on, communicate that thing to other teammates. But here, not just only communicate or not just only follow up. It's very important. When you communicate with 2 very, very important things. Communicate with empathy and communicate with appreciation. Empathy, appreciation. Remember it. Empathy, appreciation. When you're using these 2 in your communications will be very different. Let me give you an example. let's say one of the teammates could not finish a task on deadline, or maybe the deadline was going to be over tonight. If you just communicate as a leader or by position, you will be acting like this. Hey, today is the deadline. Do not forget the task. Get it done, okay? Otherwise, you will have a big problem. Don't bring the team in a bigger problem. So that is what is normal communication. But the same issues, when you're going to communicate with empathy and appreciation, the same communication will be this. When you will be talking like this. Hey, thank you very much for your great work, what you did last week. That was amazing. But hey, how is your progress so far about the task you are working on right now? We have a deadline to finish that one. Will you be able to finish? If you can't finish by tonight, let me know. What can I help you? You see, it's a completely different thing. So here, I'm going to give you two bonus thing in the end of the video. So keep watching the video. I'm going to give you two bonus. How to run this communication with empathy and appreciation. I'm going to give you two solid example for you, which you will be able to see in the end of the video. So keep watching, okay? Those two are coming to you with example. So now the tip number 4. When you want to be a leader, when you already been a leader, or when you want to be a bigger team leader, the key is for you since morning, since you go to bed, is one: responsibility. Responsibility, 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 and responsibility. Everything happens to your team. Every success of your team, every failure of your team, every team member fall apart, every team member got recruited, every team member not completed their work, every team member did an amazing work. Everything is your responsibility. Your responsibility. Everything you take back. So like me, even in VSHR, everything happens to our organization. Every member does what? It's all my responsibility. Why? Because if I give something to a team member and that team member failed to do it, that means I the one choose to give the task to the wrong person. So the same to you. You gotta take the responsibility. You need to be responsible of everything rather than blaming anyone else. You have to take responsibility, because when you are like as a leader, you are like a last line of defense of your team. You are like the last line of defense of your team. So that means when you fail, the whole thing failed as well too. So how can you fight back? The way to fight back of this one is you take responsibility and you make sure that you're always on track and you always alert and you always engage and keep communicating with empathy and appreciation. So this is something you really need to deep dive on your heart and your brain, that responsibility. This is something you need to practice over and over and over. The same time is, as a leader, you will be leading the communication with any particular mentor of your team. So this is something very, very important for you as well. So when you are working with your mentor, you really need to lead the relationship development of your mentor. If you just straight coming to the mentor and asking rather than giving anything else, the relationship is very different. I'm going to put a video here, how to work with the mentor. Watch that one, and as many times as you watch, more you're going to learn, because that's a lot of information into that video. So I'm going to put it here, watch the video and practice it day by day. So as a leader, you are going to take every possible final decision of your team. You're getting your team involved, but mentor is someone is outside of your team. Mentor is not your team, and mentor will come and give you some questions, maybe will give you some challenges as well too. But mentor should not be giving any decision. Even some mentor giving you a decision, you should not be just saying yes sir. No, you don't want to be yes sir for that, because mentor is not a part of the team. They are saying it from out of the box. Even mentor is not cooperating with you or giving you a lot of cooperation with you. It doesn't matter. Every team decisions, every project decision you're going to make is your responsibility. You're going to take the decision and you're going to get it done. This is your responsibility, not your teammates' responsibility as much as you, and definitely not the responsibility of mentor. So do not ever misposition the role of the mentor. It's a mentor, not a decision maker. not a solution giver. You and your team are the solution creator, and you are the one finally making the call by getting the team together. So it's very important, being responsible. So these are the 4 tips. These are the 4 tips what I'm giving to you. Let's execute these 4 tips from today. Because what you have just learned in this clip, let's get it and execute it from today. And then you will see in next few weeks, you have some dramatic change in your leadership. The way you feel about your team, success or even failure, it's going to be very important. So getting back to this one too. Every team, you need to fail. Why I have to fail, right? Because if you're not failing, there are 2 reasons. One, you have not set the goal high enough. And secondly, you're not trying enough to set a bigger goal. If you're not failing, that means you are not learning. So you gotta be failing as well too. And learn quickly from that one and fight back. That's the thing. When there is a failure happen, learn quickly and fight back. So that's come from your responsibility too. So these are the four tips again in the summary. Number 1, pick the most difficult task of your team. Number 2, give credit to your teammates. Number 3, communicate with empathy and appreciation. And number 4, be the most responsible person in the team. And everything happens to your team is you are the responsible for that. And now is the time for the bonus. I told you I'm going to give you 2 examples how to run communications with empathy and appreciation. I'm going to put 2 videos here and here. Watch these 2 videos and go through deep dive into it. Don't just watch for watching. Watch with the feeling. Watch with your heart. Watch with your brain. And you feel it how the empathy and appreciation has been utilized in the communication, because that's what creates a team towards success. And you want to take your team to the success, right? So let's watch those 2 demo and let's do it. And I'm looking forward to see you a bigger to leader. All the best.